Hello, welcome back. Welcome to this week's Out of the Vault. This week we're going to use two stamp sets from Close to My Heart. These are both from 2022. We've got a backgrounder and this Easter set. And we're also going to use Tim Holtz Sizzix crochet journal because why not? We're going to make an Easter card. I don't often make Easter cards. It's not something I send out, but my friend Joy's mom would probably like an Easter card, so I'm going to send her one. Okay, first thing I want to do is stamp a background. First, let's use the plaid. We're going to use the plaid and the hearts both. I have a plan. Okay, so we're going to take this plaid and probably speckled egg. This is archival ink. There we go. I'm going to end up trimming this down a little bit. Right now it's 3 by 8. And I'm going to trim it down just slightly so that I don't have to stamp from side to side after it's done. So you just take your stamp, line it up as best you can. I don't get super worked up about it. And then we're going to take the hearts and stamp over the plaid with Kish Flamingo. Now you're going to see the plaid through the flamingo, but that is a-okay. We're just going to do the same thing. Line it up as best we can. Don't stress about it. However it turns out is fine. Now I'm going to take a black pen. I use a micron pen. This is the 01, so it's tiny. And I'm going to trace around a few of these hearts. So just a few here and there. And these aren't perfect to the stamping, but that is okay. That's enough of that. Now I'm going to trim this down just a little bit. This panel is now 2 3/4 by 7 3/4. I'm going to ink the edge with the Kish Flamingo. And I'm not like distress feathering it in. I'm really just running it straight. So I'm not working to get it on the front. Just the edge of the paper. And only because it will separate a little bit from the card base. We're just going to center it right onto that card front. This is going to be a very cute card, if I do say so myself. There we go. Now we'll move on to our actual Easter goodies here. And I'm going to stamp a single bunny, I think. And we're going to stamp with, you guessed it, Jet Black Archival. So we've got 2 bunnies. Now I don't want to give them a whole lot of color. So what I'm going to do is just use the Kish Flamingo Distress watercolor pencil and add a little pinky pink in his ears. Just a very slight hint. Because I just stamped on regular inexpensive white cardstock. So try and get a little too crazy, it's going to buckle and be weird. So we're not gonna do that. And I think on this little nosy nose, pink bunny nose. There's nothing better than a little pink bunny nose. I'll tell you, we used to have bunnies. I love them. And we'll give them some little cheeky cheeks. They lived outside with the chickens, and they were cool. They would come to me, and although we did have to bury chicken wire because they kept digging to China and ended up next door, which the neighbor didn't care, but still, it was like, no, you have to stay home. Okay, so just a tiny little bit of color on the bun bun. Then we're going to die cut them out, and I'm not using both on the card, but I thought since I'm at it, might as well do two and stash one. All right, so we got our little buddy and our little buddy. A little bit of tape. Cut this little sweetie pie out. That should be good. Look at that. Is he not the sweetest little bunny? Oh. Now I want a piece of crocheted trim for my bunny to sit on. And I think I want to use this one. But I don't have paper to match those colors. So what I'm going to do is cheat. Okay, so I have a 2-inch wide piece of white cardstock, and we're going to ink it with Speckled Egg Distress ink and then die cut it. It doesn't have to be super smooth because by the time all those little cutouts are cut out of the crochet trim, you're not going to be able to tell if it was a super smooth application or not. And I think I'm going to stamp over it with the archival just for a little added interest with the same plaid that I used on the background of the card. We're going to cut this out. Get our little buddy back over here. Now these dies actually cut a lot better with the chrome plate, but for just a tiny piece of it, I just figured I would use the Sidekick, and if I gotta fight with it a little bit, I shall. And we'll cut this end. Look how our trim turned out. Isn't that sweet? So what I want to do is put this on the card front. I'm going to need to cut it. And Bun Bun's going to sit on it. I'll have him down towards the bottom a little bit. But I'm going to die cut 2 more of these bunnies. Just die cut, not stamp. So I can stack him up and make him a little thick. Here we have 3 cardstock bunnies. We're going to stack them up and kind of make him a little more sturdy. There, that's a little better. Now let's get our top bunny on. Give him a few minutes to dry. Set our little buddy on. I'm going to stamp a few of these little flower clusters and die cut them to add to our little bunny. I'm going to color these the same way I did the bunnies. Just a tiny bit of color. Do some Kish Flamingo. Just a little bit. There's not a die for these, so I'm going to have to cut them out by hand, which is not a problem. Because, you know, I'm from the time where we used to cut everything out by hand. There's Kish Flamingo. We'll use a little mustard seed in the center. This is such a sweet set. And Even though I don't do Easter cards typically, I bought it because I loved the bunnies in it. Okay, they're all colored. Let's get them cut out. Let's get out my favorite ever, cutter bee scissors. All right, so I cut out 2 of those flowers. We've got our card, our bunny, our trim. I think I want to put Easter blessings on the front and then wishing you a happy Easter inside. So let's get our trim on. And then just a little bear glue, of course. There we go. And then bunny's gonna go, yeah, about here. I'm gonna glue 1 flower down flat. Like that. We're going to use some fun foam behind him. And a little glue. Bear glue to the rescue. Look at, oh, he's precious. Precious. And then we'll add some foam behind this other flower cluster. Bear glue on the foam. Hold it down for a sec so it can dry. There we go. Now he's got some flowers. So I want to do Easter blessings on the front. And I think probably the best way to do it is to scrap it, to stamp it on a white scrap. Easter blessings. Lovely. And I'm just going to trim it into a sentiment strip, and I'll probably ink the edge with the pink Kish Flamingo so it stands out a little bit. All right, let's ink that edge. And again, you're not leaning your ink pad inward like this, like you would if you were trying to get ink on the very front. You're holding it straight. So you just get that lovely edge there. And I think I'm going to put it about like that. And I'm just going to glue it down flat. Right about here. Now I want to get my party mix out and add a few hearts and sequins and things. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that way. Party mix, party mix. Who doesn't like a party mix? And there's a small white sequin right there. And let's add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. I need something else. There we go. Oh, that's cute. That is cute if I do say so myself. And I do. Okay. And then I want to put Happy Easter inside, or wishing you a Happy Easter. I might do some hearts inside. Let's use Kish Flamingo. Just barely see it. Wishing you happy Easter. Okay, friends, here's this week's Out of the Vault project. We used 2 Close to My Heart stamp sets. This Somebody Loves You. Now, this one I'm pretty sure is still on the website. And then this background set, which is called Charming Backgrounds. I'm not sure if it's still on there, but last time I looked, this one still was. If they are, I'll link to them in the description. These are both from 2022. So we made our own background using both the plaid and the hearts, and then kind of outlined some of the hearts. Made some crochet trim from Tim Holtz. Stamped the bunny, but die cut him 3 extra times so he's nice and thick. Little embellishment. And then wishing you happy Easter on the inside. I hope you enjoyed this card. Hope it inspired you to go pull some older stuff out. You know, we buy this stuff, we need to use it. Who cares if it's so-called current and fabulous? You bought it, you liked it, use it. Have a lovely day. Remember, be excellent to each other and go make something. Bye-bye.